You're watching the Motorola One Fusion Plus disassembly. First, we're going to remove the SIM tray. Next, you're going to take a plastic pry tool and put it in between the back housing and the mid frame, and you're going to separate the two. So basically, there are a bunch of catches all around. You're going to have to pop those off. Now once you have the back housing loose and separated from the mid frame, don't pull it off yet because you still have your fingerprint reader attached on the back. You're going to have to heat up this area just a little bit to loosen up the adhesive. You can use a hairdryer or a heat gun. And then you're going to push in on the fingerprint reader to separate it from the back housing. So here's a better look at your back housing. It is plastic. You can also see it has some antenna lines running throughout the back. And these are the contacts. You see there's gold contacts over here. So if you ever have any reception issues or anything like that, I'll take a look at these and make sure your back housing is attached firmly so it makes good contact. So at this point you can see the slide up or pop up camera mechanism over here. There are 15 Phillips screws which need to be removed. Go ahead and remove those. Once all the screws are removed, we can lift up and remove the plastic cover on top. Now here's the back side of that plastic cover. You can see your flash is located over here. These gold contacts touch the contacts on the board, giving it signal. And this small flex cable over here is for your earpiece speaker. These gold contacts touch the contacts on the board. And these gold contacts touch the contacts over here on your earpiece speaker. So it gives it a connection. Next, we're going to lift up this graphite film over here, so we can get access to the battery cable. And we're going to disconnect the battery cable. Once that's disconnected, we can go ahead and disconnect the rest of the cables. Next, let's disconnect the cable for the camera mechanism. And you have one wire cable over here in the corner you have to pop off. Now we can lift up and remove the main board. So here's your main board. You have all your cameras located over here, and all the connectors. You can just disconnect them if you want to remove the cameras by popping them off like that. One more thing to point out, you have a thermal pad over here, which sits underneath the flash. So if you're using the flash on the camera for a flashlight, that would help keep it cool so it doesn't overheat. You also have a liquid damage indicator sticker located right here. It's that white sticker right there. And this graphite film over here helps transfer heat. We're going to pry that off right now. Now this metal shield over here in the middle is removable, so we're going to remove that. As you can see, it has a little bit of thermal paste on these two chips. Now here's the other side of the main board. You have a SIM reader over here, and your processor is located underneath this shield. And there's a copper tape over here as well. Removing the shield on the back reveals the processor, and also a lot of thermal paste underneath. And also you have your proximity sensor over here on top. Now if you want to remove the camera mechanism, there's a flex cable over here. You're going to have to gently pry off and make sure you don't tear it. And then you have 5 Phillips screws which you need to remove, located here. Once those screws are removed, you can lift up and remove this mechanism. Here's a better look at that. Now the camera assembly itself has 2 Phillips screws holding it down. They're located, one is over here and one's located over here. Once the screws are removed, you can lift up and remove the mechanism. And just be careful, there's some adhesive underneath this cable, so you're going to have to gently pry it off. Here's a better look at that. Now onto the speaker assembly. We're going to have to pop it off. Here's a better look at that. Here you have your charger port board. You have your headphone jack located here, your charger port's here, and your vibrator motor is located right there. Let's go ahead and disconnect this cable. You also have one wire cable over here. Pop that off. There's also a liquid damage indicator located right here. Now we can lift up and remove the charger port board. So here's a better look at your charger port board. Your main microphone is located right here underneath the shield. It's a gold piece inside it right there. Here's the back side. Now onto the battery. There are no easy pull tabs to pry the adhesive off. So you're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way by just heating up the front of the phone where the screen is so you can loosen up the adhesive underneath the battery. And then you're going to use a plastic pry tool to gently pry the battery off. Be careful not to warp the battery too much or bend it or pierce it because there's a chance the battery could catch fire. Here's a better look at your battery. So at this point, you're pretty much left with the screen that's attached to the mid frame. Here's your screen cable right here. It's run through a slit over here in the mid frame. You have your vibrator motor down there. You have this cable which connects your main board to your sub board or charger port board on the bottom. And you have your flex cable for your keys over here. And if you want to replace your flex cable for any of your keys on the side, all you have to do is just pry the flex cable off and then you'd remove it. As for replacing your screen, you just have to peel off this cable over here. That's for your screen, off the mid frame, and then you'd heat the front of the screen up so you can loosen up the adhesive, and then you'd pry the screen off from the mid frame, and then you would apply your new screen, making sure you run your screen cable through the slit over here in the mid frame, and then you just reattach everything and reassemble your phone. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and put the phone back together. So here you can see the camera mechanism in action. Alright, once all your screws are back in place your back cover back over. And flip your phone over. Power it on. And you're done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe and click on the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I upload a video. Thanks again for watching guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.